Padilla, and I'm studying sockeye salmon in Bristol Bay, Alaska.
Those were adult sockeye salmon, but these are juveniles called fry, and my project is trying to determine if the date of habitat migration is changing due to climate warming. And in order to do this, we set out a beach seine, which is what you see in the water, at 11 sites throughout the lake once a week. In order to find when the fish are moving offshore, we took a cumulative count of the fish we caught this season. We then calculated when 90% of the fish for this season were caught and used that to determine the date for when the fish are moving offshore. The Alaska Salmon Program has been collecting this data for the last 60 years, which is what I use to perform my time series analysis to determine if climate warming is changing the date of habitat migration. As it turns out, it is. Climate warming is causing ice up here to melt quicker, which is causing fish activity to begin sooner, thus changing the migration date of the sockeye to earlier in the year. I selected sockeye from each site in order to dissect its stomach contents to see if what it was eating was changing as they were planning to move offshore. They normally eat insects and plant parts and copepods later in the season. This is the digestive tract of the sockeye, and there's its stomach circled in blue. This is how the stomach looks like under the microscope. This stomach is full of copepods, which is an indicator it's going to move offshore soon. Data showed that copepod consumption increased as they were preparing to move offshore. This is what it looks like when there's plant matter and insect parts in the stomach. These pie charts show the differences in diet at the beginning of the season and towards the end when they're about to migrate. This is the data for the last 60 years. Over time, the date of migration has become earlier. It is important for us to protect sockeye because they feed us to stay in local communities, feed the birds, feed the bears, and have great impacts on their ecosystem in Alaska. Thank you to everyone who made this project possible.